There we go. Oops. Yep. Sorry guys. It took me a second to realize the audio wasn't on. That's on me. But here we are. Hey, what up, Star Trace? Yeah, I was muted. That's... I don't think I am now, but let me know if the audio's not coming through. I think we're good at this point. Alright, well, let's get into it. It's game time. We're up against Tyler Durden for the win. It is the Duel of Fates o'clock. We are rocking Esper mid after the Meathook ban. We're playing as if the ban is already in place. Yeah, this is fine. Not amazing, not terrible. We'd love an untapped land for turn 2 on the Dennick, but, you know, honestly, I'm pretty happy with where this hand is. Like, we'll still be able to hold up cut down going into turn 2, and turn 3 Dennick's still a reasonable play to have, so, you know, fuck it. Hey, what up, Lord Skithem? How we doing? Oh, man. What a fucking day. Rafine's Tower coming down. Alright, so this is all sort of a test, more or less. Let me push this in a little bit so we don't have the issue of the background. It's been a hell of a day. I'll say it again. But we have the MIQ coming up this weekend, and we need to be somewhat prepared for that. So, it's time to get rocking and rolling. We'll take the 1 here. I want to keep the cut down just in case the 2-drop matters a little bit more. Sure. We're fine with play with fire. Not bothered by that. Alright, well. Let's cut its ass down. And go right back at him with a little Dennick. Little Dennick action. So this is Boros Aggro versus Esper mid. Post Meathook ban. Technically it isn't in effect till Thursday, but you know, fuck that shit. We're just gonna play it like it is. Yeah, we'll take the damage. Alright. And as much as I would like to wait, that card just has to go sometimes. We're missing our 4th land drop, otherwise we would have had a much better scenario there, but that's okay. We've got a little time on the clock. These hopeful initiates don't really worry me. There's the wedding announcement, okay. Well, how do we want to do this? Do we just blow up the wedding announcement? Is that where we're at in life? Do we play our own wedding announcement and try and curve this correctly? I mean, that gives them a lot of gas. I don't think we want to give them that. Hard to say. Hard to say. Meathook is banned. It just doesn't go into effect until Thursday. Yeah, they banned out Yorion in Modern, they banned out Meathook in Standard. They decided not to address the other issues in Standard, which, you know, is what it is. Welcome to Wizard's logic. Okay, so a little bit of a flood from Tyler Durden's side. There's the thundering fucking Raiju. Alright. Let's see how they shove counters down. Alright, we're just gonna blow up the wedding announcement now. Like, this is a lot of aggression, but what we need is the land that we just got. Fuck yeah. Do we go into Shieldred? Like, we're swinging back with Dennick here because we want the life, but I think the Shieldred stands alone as the vibe we're at here. Those Thundering Raijus plus Hopeful Initiate, that's a fascinating little combo, little wombo combo. And this is a nasty Boros deck, I will say that. Okay. Okay. Yep, everything goes. Okay. How do you want to deal with the board state, though? Because Shieldred can stand alone on this and do really, really well. Okay. Is that enough for game on its own? Shit, it is. Nasty little combo there. Look at that. Okay. Aggro's back, baby. Aggro is back. And we're up against a build that likes to go hard and fast. What do we not like? We don't need Bankbusters here. We don't really need T-Dogs. Kaidos are kind of trash. We need the Void Rens. We need the Soul Transfers. Do we want this? Yeah, probably we want the third there. It's kind of an awkward scenario where we didn't curve very well for 2 straight turns. We missed that 4th land drop, which is the difference on a Wandering Emperor kind of vibe. We also mathed a little shittily. Let's see. Fiend. Like, I want the Lily of the Veils, but at the same time, we can't play those into Fabled and Wedding Announcement decks. They're just terrible options there. We can't bring the Duress in against this either. Junji's not really for this. Yeah, I think it's pretty simple. We're taking out some of the grindier cards and just putting in stuff that's gonna kill. But we'll see. Thundering Raiju gets out of fucking control if you let it. Between that and Reckless Stormseeker, that is a lot. Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't know if the ban... I don't think the ban's live yet, but I'm not 100% Star Trace. So this is a nasty little Boros deck. The Thundering Raiju in particular is just such a house if you let it go. You know what I mean? Like, that just has to die on impact, and there aren't a lot of ways in this build to deal with that before it gets at least the first swing in, if not more, which is concerning. And back in the day, you used to just Meathook. You know, you just clean up the whole damn board, 1 Meathook, done. You know what I mean? Even if you did it for 2, that would have cleaned up a lot of the board states we saw in that match. But our baby's gone. Look how they massacred my Meathook, you know? Which is fine. We just keep rolling. All right, Tyler, can we give you a run for your money in this first match? We're going to play multiple matches. We've got a lot of stuff to test out tonight. God, that is hard to say no to, and I'm going to keep it. We're 1 land away from this being just fine. And we've got a lot of lands that'll come into play untapped. In fact, only 4 of them will have issues with that, and that's one of them. God damn it. All right. Do we gamble? Do we gamble this one? Fuck, that feels rough. I don't think we can gamble it. Why couldn't you be the first? You know what I mean? Why couldn't you be there instead of Shattered Sanctum, you son of a bitch? Kamano faces Kakazan. Alright. Out it comes. Out comes the Hopeful Initiates. And we are off and running. In this particular instance, I am doing Wedding Announcement. Meathook's definitely off the menu, boys. Okay, so let's talk about what works and what doesn't work with the build that they're on right now. If they go land Reckless Stormseeker, give itself haste, train up the Hopeful Initiate, that is a nasty little combo. We can push through a certain amount of that, but that is a nasty little combo that could happen right now. Like, we'll get to Void Rend on our turn and get prepped for Wandering Emperor. Okay. This is like the first deck with Hopeful Initiate in this meta that I've seen that I've been like, fuck yeah, that's the right call. Almost every time I see it, I'm like, that's stupid. But, nah, I kind of like it here. Let's see. Yeah. We're just waiting. It's a lot of aggression. Good 1-drops. No Meathook to check them anymore. Again, imagine that Meathook for 2 or 3 that we could potentially be going into. Okay, everything swings in. Alright, let's see if we can bait out some removal here. You get one, you lose the other, both go through. Wandering Emperor eats the Phoenix chick. And we get Denic Pious up and running. And this is what we call aiming for board stability. There's the Raiju. It will not be swinging. Fuck your Raiju right in the goddamn face. And there's the game. Yep. And that's how you stabilize it without a Meathook. You wait for the one scenario where they overplay it, in this case with Torch Breath, which is interesting as a card coming in against me. Okay, so that tells me these Rafines, not great. I don't know, is Lily just worthwhile here, despite the wedding announcements on the other side? We're trying different things, right? I think more removal is better. And honestly, I'm willing to dump in that last Destroy Evil to try and deal with their wedding announcements on impact, which I think is the piece we need. Let's see. I honest to God don't love 4 of these in this matchup. I know they provide kind of a stopgap, but then again, maybe the 4th Destroy Evil is a little aggressive. You know what? Let's run it this way and see what happens, gang. I gotta know if Rafine is actually worthwhile in a world where they're going into Torch Breath. You know what I mean? Where they're targeting blue permanents. Why not just give them only 1 blue permanent to target? And it's Denic, which means it comes back, so it's not even a 2-for-1 scenario. It's just a tempo play at best. Can Esper deal with the tide of aggro that's going to be coming its way? And this also informs me whether or not this board needs to be adjusted to include more cut downs. Because we can. You know, we've only got 2 in the whole 75. We can go to 3. We could even go to 4 if we're really worried about aggro coming in. But to be fair, Esper mid is supposed to have a pretty good game against the aggro decks post-board especially. Like, you get to fix all the slow shit, all the value shit that you have to leave in the main because everybody's running other value shit, and you're used to running these, like, Grixis v Esper, or Esper v Esper, or even Esper versus Mono Black. Like, all of these value trains that you have to prep for in your main board because you can't afford to just give up the first game. You can actually give up the first game against aggro in some of these instances. Like, you gotta worry because you stumble games 2 or 3, it's rough. And I'm not saying you give it up like they have a 99% or even 100%. Like, we're talking 60-40 their favor. They're gonna get it more often than not, but that's fine. Kind of vibes. Little slow, but the mana's good. And we've got Arona's Vortex to fill a stopgap if we absolutely need to. Being on the play and having 12 1-drops feels great, I bet. This is going to be a Phoenix Chick or a Kamano. I don't know which. But one of them's coming out to play. Let's do a little trolling. And for those who want to see the other side of this, make sure I get it right. But just posted the link up there for you. You can check out the other side of this match over at Tolarian for the Winds Twitch stream. That's why we call it the Duel of Fates. You get to see both sides of it, and you get to determine what you want to roll with. Oh, thank God. Okay. If we Denic, they can torch it, but it's probably stronger than Destroy Evil in this context. Yeah. Play the lifelinker, don't overthink it. Force them to kill the lifelinker before they swing. Step 2. And wedding announcement is probably not going to be a great play into this, but that's okay. I don't know what trap I'm running into here, but I'm just rolling with it because this gives me back my life. What in the fuck was that about? Why swing with the Kamano, Tyler? You just wanted to draw the card? I don't think we're deploying our wedding announcement yet. God, we could. No, this is a tempo deck. We need to play correctly against tempo. You don't let him get out from under you. Like if Thundering Raiju here. Okay. So they swing all 4, right? Or at least 2. Perfect. Let's do a little Void Rending. Out you go. Okay. Decisions. Decisions, collisions. We can do a wedding announcement here, hold up Rona's Vortex to bounce back whatever they have and keep up 3 removal spells while our wedding announcement just keeps accumulating. I kind of like that idea, frankly. The one of Rona's Vortex here, putting in some work. Should it be a cut down number 3? There are people that will disagree about that. Really? That was a quick scoop. Okay. Fair enough. Let's run into the next match, eh, Ties? Let's do it. I don't know. Esper mid still looking strong. We definitely screwed up the math. Okay, apparently Tyler's a little tilted from the game, so we are gonna take a break from that. All right, fair enough, buddy. We'll rock out a little ladder here for a moment. Let's see if we can dump ourselves into Mythic. I think I ran it into Diamond 1, and I'm kind of curious if we can get all the way into Mythic with this build. We're trying to make sure it's tuned up for the MIQ, so it's time, you know? And hopefully by the time we're done with this, Tyler will be untilted and ready to rock and roll. Yes, we go that route. Shipwreck over deserted because Infernal's in hand. Domain it is. Okay. So I'm kind of curious whether or not we can outvalue a domain deck, because theoretically this should be the solution. What the fuck are you? Return it. Okay. So yeah, we're definitely not swinging into that. That's why we played that Rona's Vortex. We'll have to wait a moment. Troubling. Troubling. I think this list is done okay. I'm gonna check the untapped GG stats while we're doing this because I'm kind of curious. Like, is this list actually as strong as I think it is? I gotta know, right? Alright. We're just gonna dump this on top of the screen for a moment. In case you're wondering, this Esper build is right now at 17 and 5. Okay. Not too shabby. In case you're wondering what beat it, like redheaded stepchild, it would be Mono-Blue. It's 3 of the losses right there. Pretty rough. Alright, so they swing in. Nope, not even a little. I don't know exactly what they're building towards here. We'll push it back over to them and give it a moment. Interesting. Well, we're not prematurely Rona vortexing this as much as I want to. It's definitely premature in this instance. Rest go to grave, huh? What do we have? Drag to the bottom, another Green Widow? Those are going to be annoying. Only 3 mana and it just brings it back. It basically just stonewalls us. Man. We're going to have to up the fucking exile effect number in this deck, aren't we? Ugh. Brutal. Alright. I'm just curious what this deck is. I'm assuming game 1 is not super friendly for us, so I need to know if we have shots at post-board matchups, like what do we need to be boarding in And part of that is when you don't know what you're playing against, I just try and spring all the traps on game 1 if I can. You know, get past game 1, get past the ugly side of it, and just move to the next few games once I understand what the traps are so I can try to board correctly. Like, I'll play out game 1 all the way even if I'm losing because I just need to see more of what this deck is trying to do. We're trying to tear asunder our Denix. Those sons of bitches. War. That's war. You fucked with my Denny. You fucked with Denny. You cunt. I'm gonna fuck with you. What are they doing over there? Alright, so we dump this, because we don't need more land, obviously. We got a Void Rend, all the removal in the world. Denny number 2, go fuck yourself. You and your stupid Terra Sunders, we're doing this. Damn it all to hell. It might use Herd Migration. I feel like they probably have Herd Migration, right? Why wouldn't you? Because next turn they're gonna dump, like, how many fucking 3/3s? 5 of them onto the battlefield? And there's no Meathook in this format? You know what I mean? Like, absent Meathook? Oh, man. It's a different kind of tokens game, and they've got Drag to the bottom to make sure other token decks don't get under them. Alright, out comes the Green Widow. Spice. So this is a deck that's... I feel like Drag to the bottom is their solution for aggro, but outside of that, I don't know, how rough would it be? We can take those points. The Herd Migration's coming. I think that's absolutely happening here, max damage. I think we're on Herd Migration life now. Alright, well, fuck it. I'll tap down and draw some cards here and see what they do. I really don't understand what their game plan is here. Okay, so you unleash the Inferno to blow up the Bankbuster, but it's already replaced itself, and Dennick's gonna do that as well. Okay. I'm loving Unleash the Inferno. I mean, that's just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Dennick comes back out and says, fuck you. Back for seconds. I mean, despite all the back and forth here, unless they're doing something a little bit more, I'm not really concerned. Okay, so I am going to do this. 1, because it exiles it. 2, because we get that... Yeah. Okay, we don't get the Dennick thing because it exiles. Damn it. That one's on me, gang. That one's on me. Dennick rides alone. That's where we're at. Denny Bear. Cammy War. Fuck off. Alright. Well. That's a thing. There's that 2-for-1 life. Let's blow that up. Yes. Down with the Cammy War. Rotten hell, Cammy. Hey, what up, Shadow? Doing alright. Just doing some testing, having a good time. Ooh, what is this spice? Exile target non-land. Why are they playing? I think they misunderstood what Leyline of Binding does. It does not hide the Cammy scenario. I think they just straight up didn't understand their own card there. If you haven't checked out Solid Shadow, he is a huge member of the community, great guy. And also on this is Max Damage. If you haven't checked out his stream, also solid. We've got the community here tonight, folks. It's a good time. I love it when everybody stops by to say hi. Much love, guys. Much love. We're going to be getting back to that 1v1 with Tyler Durden here momentarily, but we're playing a little ranked ladder play. Ooh. Okay, my guess is there's a drag to the bottom, but, like, let's make him drag it, right? Let's force the hand every time. Make him have the answers. Make them have the leyline bindings, you know? There's the binding. Down goes Rafid. Rafi, no! They done took it. They tooked it. Why they gotta be so rude? Don't they know I'm human too? Are they gonna let me have my draw engine and... Really? Okay. So just infinite removal on that side, but I've got an unblockable 1/1 and we're both at 15. So we'll see who's really in trouble here in a moment. Yeah, that's right. Cycle that land. I might blow up the Leyline of Binding just to get Rafine back and fuck with them. Yeah. Rafi. Yeah, fuck your Leyline. No countering that. It's coming back. I want my army. Oh. Come on. I know you got that Unleash the Inferno and you're going to blow up that Rafi, but I just got to force it, right? Oh my god, they don't have it. Yes! Attack time. Yes. Yeah, we're making this one a little bit bigger if we can. Yup. Love this. Love all of this. Do we play into the drag? I do. You better have drag to the bottom, and then some other answers also. Because if you don't, we almost have lethal next turn already. That's, what is it, 5, 6, 7, 8? There's the drag. But we still get something. What do we get, chat? Let's find out. Is it a Rafi we want? I think it's actually just a Wandering Emperor here, because we can... Yeah. This is like Build-A-Bear of fucking samurai army. let's build some samurai. Let's do it. What you gonna do? See, that drag to the bottom was kind of just a 1-for-1 when you get down to it, because the token was free. And... they got the Rafine 1-for-1 and AO flipped back over to Wandering Emperor. Now I have an Otawara to bounce the Emperor and keep going. Fuck yeah, let's go. Let's fucking go. Now, granted, they should have that in hand to use still, but they foolishly did not use it appropriately. And so we will just keep on rolling with Wandering Emperor all damn day while they cycle every land in their deck, because most of their lands have cycling. Like, are we going to squeak out a game 1 against a deck that's 5 color and feels like it should just go way over the top of us? They're running so much removal. Feels wrong, right? Oh, fuck, there's the herd migration. Okay. Not good. Not good, gang. That is the nightmare. Alright. Well, one of you samurai needs to do a fucking thing or two. So, that one. Let's see if they're dumb enough to just double block it instead of like 5 block it. I mean, if they block it with all 5, that's fine. Okay. Like, you have to know, right? It's just a 1-for-1, but... I mean, this is the reason... Yeah. Get 5 3/3s for 1 card. Army in a can, baby. It's not fun when it happens to you. I can tell you that. Ah, card's so damning. What's the solution to this? Lily's postboard, frankly. What are they going after? What are you going after? Just say no to drugs. Why does it always tap it like that? Yep, it's not dealing with that. And we just bounce it right back down, make another samurai, and keep it rolling. Alright. You get to bounce a thing. You're bouncing the 3/3, and I lose my land. Okie dokie. What does this come out as? A 6/6 Flying Trampler? Choose a non-land card in your graveyard. You get it back to hand. Good God. What value? What absolute value there is in this. How are they doing on time? 22? 22 minutes. Okay. Do we take 12 and go to 1? Like, once this flips, we're kind of fucked, right? Nice. I don't love this. I want my Meathook back. They've robbed me of the thing. Oh, God. Cammy Wars on end. Okay. So we know what this deck is. And that there's no way to get through that many Cammy Wars. They're gonna wreck us. Enter Snowball Phase. Yeah, absolutely. Frodo Fest. Enter fucking Snowball Phase. Okay. Wow, there's not an easy way through that deck. So here's what we do. With the decks that we can't, that go bigger than us, that we can't deal with, we go under them. We go into Lily Life. Yep. And we basically just say we're not going to let them get to 7. You know what I mean? Like, we just don't let them do it. We go into Lilies, and we push them out that way. Let's see. We got to lose a lot of stuff to make this work. Let's see. Okay. They're not playing shit that we need to grasp. The Void Runs are fine. Shieldred's fine. Wandering Emperor is kind of... it's an army in a can at least, right? Bankbusters are slow as fuck. What else don't we like? I kind of like the rest of this. I think we keep the Destroy Evils. No, this build, Frotovest, that I've been working on doesn't do any counters. The idea is if somebody's going to go bigger than us, a lot of those decks are pandering into Duresses at this point, so that they're ready for the counters of Esper. So the methodology to deal with that is to just go lower and play Duresses and Lilies back and say, okay, we'll tear apart each other's hands, and if I manage to stick, you know, one of my 3 drops that gives me enough value, we can probably ride it to the finish line with a little luck. It takes a little luck when you're playing against decks that go bigger than you. Which, I get that it isn't ideal, but there aren't good solutions, because the decks that can go bigger than you can run Duress, which, if decks are running Duresses against you, playing counterspells feels really rough. Yeah, definitely sucks the Cammy Flies. I think we can go into the full 4 Destroy Evil, right? And probably dump out, let's see. Alright, we're on limited time here, so let's dump those out. Alright, we're just gonna dump out like that. Let's try this. It can be. I'm curious what this matchup is for me, though. That is not the hand. If those were different lands, it would be the hand. It's exactly what we're trying to do, but it does not have black mana. Okay, this one might get wrecked on mulligans. Yeah, I mean, we're going to keep that. Wedding Announcement gone. Shieldred probably gone. We're on the play. We're just trying to curve Dennick into Lily. Yeah, let's play that game. Limited resources .game. Let's play it. And we got a Shieldred off the top. Okay. Alright, Dennick goes in. Lily resolves, ticks up, and here we go. All right. All right, so they got the Leyline Binding, and we are hoping to grab a Destroy Evil here. Jesus. Leyline on 1 mana feels rough. Alright, let's smack this through. Again, we're on a mold of 5. That's a little rough. We're gonna have to do some top decking if we want to get into this, really. They have Disdainful Stroke? What the fuck? Why would you play Disdainful Stroke? It's literally only 4 targets in my entire deck that get stroked post-board, and there's 2 of them. Okay. Oh, we left the cut downs in. That was the mistake. Alright, guys, we found the error in the sideboard. We should have left the Wandering Emperors in and taken out the cut downs, but we did not pay close enough attention, and that's on me. So, when the inevitable L comes from this match, we'll get back to the match with Tyler Durden, FT Dubs, and we'll get off the ladder here. Ugh, man, brutal. Look at all this value. It's just like the infinite value train from hell for us. Yeah, swing with impunity. Pretend you have impunity, you fucker. You don't. Not gonna do it. Okay. Well, push it on back. You know what? Don't have much else to do, so we are gonna go this route and just get this bastard up and running. Okay, I think that's enough. That is proof of concept here that this 5-color domain deck absolutely stomps, and I mean waffle stomps us. I mean, there are ways that we could have had slightly better boarding and all of that, but I don't think it fundamentally changes that match from being a win, or a loss into a win. I don't think it happens like that. Alright. Back to the showdown. Tyler Durden's ready. Domain going to be the deck everybody's on? I mean, that deck feels like it's going to get rolled by aggro. I don't care how many drag to the bottoms you put into it. Like, it's got so many tapped lands. You know what I mean? Like, you may get to turn 3 before you cast your first spell, and at that point you've been rolled by Reckless Stormseeker draws. And then Thundering Raiju comes in and just cleans up the fucking mess, right? So, I don't know. That feels rough. But maybe I'm wrong. You know, maybe drag to the bottom is enough these days. I guess if you wanted to take more of a risk, like coming into this weekend for the MIQ, I can see the scenario where you say, okay, let's just play 5-color, Cami War, beat every mid-range player, lose to every aggro player, and you wait for like an hour to enter the queue, because everybody knows the aggro players tend to go early in the queue. So if you wait like an hour for the queue to settle down, it's probably just mid-range players that beat the shit out of the aggro players. And then you should clean up, right? I mean, hypothetically speaking, that's where you roll. I don't know. Hard to say. Alright, Tyler Durden, are you ready to rock? Come on, homie. Let's get some testing in. It's test o'clock. Alright, chat, while we're waiting, for the qualifier plan on Friday, for those who aren't already queued for the MIQ, what are you taking into that tournament, and why? Like, what do you like, what do you not like? Alright, ready to rock. Seems reasonable. Oh, also, I feel like I should ask the chat, how's the sound volumes? Do we have good levels here? Do I need to turn down anything, turn up anything? Mic versus music? You know what I mean? Esper mid with a trend toward control. I feel you. Get the mic up a tad. I might just need to put this a little bit closer to my face, frankly. We'll put it up a touch though too. How's that sounding, guys? Is that about where you want that mic? Yep. Lily the Veil versus Wedding announcement. There is I'm absolutely fine with that scenario. Let's dump a Shieldred in, show Tyler why we love it when people play Lily like that. That's why we did Bankbuster on turn 2, by the way. That and we saved the point of life from the Denic. It's the small things, but, you know, the farther you go up the chain, the small things add up. Alrighty. Wedding announcement. We'll take that. That's fine. Like, we expect Shieldred to die here. Oh, wow. If Shieldred doesn't die here, that's a big problem for them. Shieldred just take... Oh, my God. Well, that's not going to work out well. Yeah, that's not going to work out well at all for them. Okay. How do we want to do this? Yeah, I mean, I would be pretty close to scooping there myself, so that makes sense. They're on sacrifice effects, so Edgar comes in, Junji comes in. I don't think the Destroy Evils are great here. I like the cut downs in this particular instance. That actually feels pretty strong. Make me wonder if I want one more cut down on the board, frankly. I don't know. The mono-blue decks are really why that got pushed as hard as it did. Didn't see a ton. Basic Rakdos sack deck, it looks like. Not like the Artifact Anvil sack decks. It looks more like it's going to be the Invoke deck, but I could be wrong. What do we like? What do we not like? I think I'm fine dumping one Rafine out for one more Bankbuster. Yeah, I kind of like this. This feels about right. And again, chat, if you haven't had a chance to, check out Max Damage's Twitch. Man does some streaming. He's good. He's a lot of fun to watch. Very entertaining. His gal does the graphics too, and she is top-notch with them. So if you're looking for a strong MTG stream to check out sometime, highly recommend. Welcome to the community. Alright, so we're a little behind on this draw, which worries me. But we are going to keep running it. Like, we've got a lot of the necessary components to catch up. It's more of a question of whether they can apply pressure in a way that's scary. Okay. Much as I want to dump Wedding Announcement or Rafine there, we can't afford to lose the tempo. So they should take Wandering Emperor. They might take Void Rend or Wedding Announcement. Yeah, it's kind of what I figured. In they go. It's a timely duress. Alright, we keep it simple. They get to draw a card, but they are going to lose all of that momentum if they do. Okay, didn't go that route. So we've got T-Dog. Do they apply more pressure? Honestly, as much as people may not be a fan of this move because it leaves Wandering Emperor somewhat unguarded against creature into her swinging, I would rather just get rid of the T-Dog here and push into the stage of the game where I get AO and then Rafine. Oh, that's going to be brutal. Okay. So activate the Hearse? No, really. I would have crewed there and killed the Emperor. That might come back to bite him in the ass. We'll see, though. We are also really, really fucking low on life. So this is a tenuous place to be at best. We'll put it that way. Yeah, I think we're still on this. What do we need AO to do? Everything. All at once. Yep. Yep. Edgar, you're coming out. Swing at me, bro. Sure. About what I expected. Okay. The fact that Rafine cannot be played into this is pretty brutal. Man. Where are the good options, right? We can't swing Edgar in because Hearse. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to pretend that this doesn't exist for a moment and hope that we see the card we need to very, very quickly, because the alternative is we lose even quicker. And we're going to tick that up so that Shieldred can never swing. We'll put on the T-Dog. No need to get the Shattered Sanctum in play. We'll leave that in case we need to do one turn with Rafine doing its thing. But the Shieldred stands alone is where we're at right now. So we need to deal with Shieldred. Badly. Yeah. Hers 5/5, yeah. Still not worth swinging through that. Well, that's annoying. Because that's going to cost me 2 life. I mean, the good news is I kind of want it to do this because Rafine's dead, and what I really need is, well, not that, but is what it is. God damn. Alright, so we have like exactly one more draw step to not be completely fucked here, right? I feel like we should just get it over with. I bet it's going to be an Infernal Grasp just to kill me a little. That's not it. Yeah, we're going to die to Shieldred. Shieldred stands alone. Okay. Game 3. You know what we do against Shieldred? We fucking kills it. That's what we do. I still don't like Destroy Evil in this matchup. It's just, you know what I mean? It's kind of dead against a lot of things. One copy because we need answers to Shieldred, sure. Tenacious feels kind of rough in this, now that we know they're boarding in the Unlicensed Hearse. That Bank Buster's probably a little greedy. I still don't love Rafine in this matchup. And we kind of need to dump... Actually, I'm going to cut them all because we need to dump out the 3-drops so that we don't overload. Like, that's 11 3-drops. We don't need 12. And maybe I was wrong on Edgar. Like, I saw not one Invoke. I feel like Invoke's in there somewhere, though. You know what I mean, chat? Oh, shit. I mean, you can destroy Evil the Curtains before it even activates, I believe. Because it's still a 0-4. Yeah. Still get to live that dream, Frodoves. I don't know. There should only be a couple copies of that, though. So, like, you can't overload on all these things, right? Yeah, sync mana with no result. That is the dream. Abso-fucking-lutely. That is the goddamn dream. I think that's strong enough to keep. I don't love it, but one land and it's fine. And that's kind of the nature of Standard these days. You keep a lot of 2-landers when you play 25 lands, even if you're on the play, and just go, okay, the mana's fine, we just need to hit one more. And if, like, we get a Caves or any untapped source off the top here, I feel just fine about the hand at that point. I mean, that lets us do our ideal curve, like Tainted into Wedding or Tainted into Kaido. Okay, Tainted into Wedding would be where it went. Alright. Well, clearly that's not going to happen, so... let's see what happens here. Like, playing Concealing Curtains when cut downs in the format also feels a little eh. Okay, not loving the black of the 3rd land here. It's a little bit brutal. Yeah. Cut down pretty good when I am going that route. There's a lot of ways to lose this. Please don't let it be because I cannot draw a single thing of relevance. Oh, we've got cut downs to discard, so that works out perfectly. There we go. Just playing Wedding Announcement here. I am fine if Lily gets minused into Oblivion, and if they plus Lily again, we will lose the cut down, Void Run the Lily. God, that leaves us so open to Shieldred. Brutal. Yeah, sure. There goes a token. Meh. Fuck's given 0, right? I can get 2/2s in a moment. What's the play here with this Lily? Like, it answers 2/3 of a Wedding Announcement? That feels kind of rough. This is definitely not the match for Lily, in my opinion. This is one I would have sided it out. Alright, is this where we see the Invoke come in and just face fuck us? Maybe. Maybe. We'll find out in a moment. You hate to see it. Especially when they get to 5 mana on the draw faster than you get to 4 mana on the play. Otherwise the AO just sits there and laughs at it. Yeah, we don't care about that. So there are people who may question this, but the cut down's what goes here. Then we just Void Rend that out of existence. God damn it, deck. 25 lands and we can't get to 4. And they're gonna be just probably casting invokes on invokes on invokes. Okay. Please don't invoke me multiple times. Ah, alright, well we have the removal spell if we get the land. and that's the game. Well, okay, technically we can Rona them on the end of their turn. 4/7, Vortex them back. Just needed one more land. And then we were in it. But sometimes, this is what happens. Painful. Alright. I stand by the line of logic, though. We needed that Rona's Vortex for exactly that Shieldred. We also needed to not stumble like that. 25 lands. Some matchups just go that way. Alright, I'll tell you what. Let's see if the Bant list is hotter. You know what I mean? We've played this Esper list. I like it. It feels like it's playing a pretty fair game. Let's see what happens when we line up Bant against this madness. Let's see if it works. We're rocking out another one there, Tyler. At least we got good hip-hop music, right? Kicking it. Alright, looks like he's AWOL, so we're rolling into the next thing. Let's get on the ladder with this Bant list and see what's happening. And actually, Frodo Vess, if you want to run up and rock out some testing with me here, I am down to clown on that. We've got a moment, so if you're still watching and you're ready to rock, all good. Alright, Frodo, let's do this shit. If you don't mind, Frodo, tossing your... Let's see. If you wouldn't mind tossing me the display name, just so I make sure I have it. It's those little digits after that they don't give you. Okay, so it's 4-star. Do-do-do. 79286. Alright, let's do it. Alright, let's do it. Perfect. Direct match, standard tournament challenge. Let's rock it. And again, shout out over there to Tyler Durden, putting on quite a show. It was a good time. It was interesting. Interesting to run up against that black-red Invoke deck with Esper. It's been a minute. Most of the Rakdos decks I've seen lately on the ladder have been those sacrifice decks with the anvils and all that. No, it's so Frodo, it's direct challenge. It's not the friend challenge. Yeah, it's the swords on the upper right-hand corner, and then you shift it to standard tournament from the challenge match, and you input the TheDarkStream #17490. It gets around that glitch that Wizards has never fixed with the friend challenges, where if you do like multiple of them, all of a sudden it stops understanding sometimes, and then it's just a fucking mess. You got to restart you got to restart the platform, and it's so I just do the direct challenges to save time on it because it's just a little bit simpler. But it's you got to hit the swords in the upper right and flip on over to standard tournament match and toss my name in. Let me know if you're having any issues on that one, Frodoves. Okay, so if you want to watch what I'm doing here, this should clarify it a little bit, Frodoves. So I'm going to go up here to Direct Challenge on the home page. Click that. Take the challenge match. Move it on over to tournament match, traditional standard, best of 3. Then in display name, I'm going to input yours. So let me get that. 826-79286. All right. I'll copy pasta that for the next one, and then just hit deck and play. And done. Boom. Simple. My guess is the name that you're using for the DarkStream has no spaces in it, potentially. You may want to copy paste that exact one, because if it doesn't line up perfectly, it doesn't work. Let's see, 826-79286. I'm pretty sure I have yours correct on this. Let me see if the capital S is the thing that's throwing it off. It's weird. Wizards get so finicky with this stuff. It drives me up a wall. Oop. Come on, Wizards. Don't do this to me. Make sure I have it right. I think we about have it. Okay. Is he gonna let us do this? Try again for 1 moment. And I want to clarify, this is the exact spelling on your name, right, Forrester? Star 826 79286. You've got 17490. All right, fuck it. Let's go through the friend challenge. If this isn't gonna work, it's not gonna work. It's fine. We'll push it over into the other one. We'll toss you the challenge. Alright, can Bant tokens take this down? I'm kind of curious. I don't love this, but I don't hate it because we're on the play. You know what I mean? So I think we want Wedding Announcement here. Ooh, maybe Addy. Is that a stronger play? No, we gotta get the announcement going. This looks like fight rigging, maybe? It's been a minute since I've played against this type of list. Shieldred's a fucking thing, yep. See what we got here. Fight rigging, okay. Alright. Yep, down comes the Titan. Down goes Broker's Ascendancy. All good things must come to an end, right? Now this would be an ideal time to get that grafted identity, of which we have many. Because in the absence of that, this is going to get a little rough. Don't think we need the tap treasure tokens, don't think we need the life. Pretty sure the counters are just fine. And... kind of got a million Adelines. We don't really care if one dies. See, now this is not an ideal scenario. So that Silverback Elder is going to blow everything up. I don't know, this feels like kind of a non-interactive matchup, even though it shouldn't be. Like... What do you do when you've got fight rigging rolling and you've got Titans and Elders and Huntmasters all sitting on the same side here? That is quite a bit of pressure to apply. What are you going to do here? Swing it through? Okay. Too little, too late kind of vibes. Okay, so if we had done a treasure token, we'd be able to do Adeline into Broker's Ascendancy, but it still feels pretty lackluster compared to what we're going to have to deal with here. We need the grafted identities to hit in a timely manner, and even then, like grafted identity versus Silverback and Titan of Industry feels kind of rough. Kind of rough. Oh yeah, that's the game right there. Oh, what works, what doesn't work. I don't think grafted identities are ever a good idea when Titans are running around with Silverback Elders. That's so much you gotta deal with. Which means we're kind of going lower on the curve, and we're probably not getting into... Are we going on to Broker's Ascendancy? That also feels kind of meh. I think we're just trying to go low to the ground and get them on that. Let's see if this idea works. It's an interesting idea, right? Just in case Shieldred comes out, we're going to put a stop there so we can destroy evil, play land, hold a Disdainful Stroke, smack with Addy, and get going. And even more Artifact and Enchantment. Hey, good God. Awful lot of that running around today, isn't there? Do we just push Addy into this Cap Attack and trade it 1-for-1? That feels bad. Okay, in a world filled with aggro, that seems spicy. Alright, do you also have a way to protect Shieldred? No? Fantastic. That is what we like to see. This Cap Attack is just holding down the goddamn fort, isn't it? But we've got Disdainful Stroke, so we've got a little bit of time here. Yeah, we need to start swinging. Yep. We'll trade it out clean for the Cap Attack, keep up the Disdainful Stroke for the next big thing, and we are still not on the board quickly enough, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm glad we took out the Ascendancies and the Grafted Identities. Definitely just infinite hate being sent over on that end. That gets to resolve, yes. We'll stop on upkeep there. Let's build up the Shieldred real quick. It's a tighter game too with all these Disdainful Strokes and Destroy Evils. Still not amazing. And there goes the Cap Attack Wrecker. Okay. Yeah, I think we're holding Boseiju in case Fight Rigging comes down. We just need to be able to deal with it. Okay, Topiary Stomper, Numero 2. So there's the hideaway, and there's the fuck your fight rigging. Now, unfortunately, those Topiary Stompers are gonna come online probably next turn, which feels rough. I don't know, is this fight rigging deck not trash? I always thought it was, but maybe I'm just wrong. Just say no to drugs, kids. That's the lesson today. We'll take 11. Topiary Stomper looking real good here. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Adversary's coming down and going boom, boom. Okay. And we want to get to the King Darien thing. Their top decks are very live here, though, which is scary as fuck. Like, just have a land off the top, you know? Alright. Alright. Do this to make them think. Oh, I will trade these out all day, right? So the reason we're trading it out like that is because Intrepid can now potentially swing through, except they have Shieldred. Ugh. Alright, well, there's no way to get around that and still win the game. Fight rigging takes us out 2-0. There's all these decks that are just kind of going over the top. Let's run that back. Alright. Let's fuck around with a little Djinn time. That's not the hand that does it. That one's better. We can run this. Okay, we can probably just lose an island here and be fine. Hard counters. Feels good. So we do Haughty Djinn to keep up the thirst for discovery, making them think we have a counter, but we really just have Invoke the Winds, which is what we want anyway. Unlike Grafted Identity that they get to answer, this is pretty hard for them to answer. And we're just gonna steals it. Yes, we are. I don't think that's relevant. And I don't really think that is either, weirdly. I don't know, do they have... Do we need the Negate in this matchup just for the fight rigging? Nah, fuck it. Fuck it. Gotta discard 2 cards. Yeah, let's go this route. I'll have him take 10. Put him on a 1-turn clock. Like, this fight rigging deck works in a vacuum, right? But this Djinn deck is here to punish all of these people that are trying to go over the top of mid-range. Alright, we've got hard counter creature, hard counter non-creature. I think we're getting game 1 here. Yeah. And now we get to see what it looks like post-board when I say, yas, queen, yas. I think I want everything off my board. It's kind of wild. Let's see. Negate's pretty rough here. Don't have a whole lot of time, and we don't really need the impulses here. March of Swirling Mist, pretty irrelevant. What do we have here? 25 instants, 4 sorceries, 12 creatures. Do we need the Delvers? Oh, we don't want the Tolarian Terrors. We want the Delvers. We need to be flying in this matchup. Yeah, that's a whole lot of counters. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it, chat. Seems fine. Nope, we're taking the Djinn. Oh my god, I can out of the way that? That's so cute. I love it. We're not going to do it, but the fact that we can is kind of adorable. I don't know, do we do it just for tempo? Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just tempo it back. Yeah. I think we let the fight rigging go, because we have all the counters we need to keep creatures off the battlefield, and if we keep creatures off the battlefield, Djinn stands alone, right? Like, look at 4 Essence Scatter. How do you get through that, you know what I mean? Like, if they don't have hard removal for Djinn twice, we are as Gucci gets. I will say no to drugs, over and over, just like that. And while I could play another Djinn, I think we just leave this one back, because now we have full protection. Like, this is shields up. I have no fucking clue how they're getting through this. All their shit's expensive. Not gonna lie, this deck intrigues me a little for the MIQ. Alright, you gotta get through Ertai, Scorn, Disdainful Stroke, and Essence Scatter, and then an Invoke on my turn. Yeah. And that is the main holdup against these fight rigging decks. Yeah. Yeah, the fight rigging decks cannot beat the Djinn decks, and I don't think the 5-color decks can either, frankly. This is what I would do if I was worried about people trying to go over the top of mid-range, and I wasn't super worried about aggro. I don't know, is this actually a viable choice? Because it doesn't feel like it's going to be a viable choice. Like, how the fuck does this deck actually deal with hard aggro? Because it feels like that's a nightmare to deal with. I don't know, Frodovest, what do you think? I don't know if you're in the chat or not, or... I don't know that there's an answer to aggro with Mono-Blue, which is the problem. Like, it is a high-risk kind of scenario. And don't get me wrong, Frodo, I'm ready to run another one here in a moment. I'm just trying to figure out, like, can we make Mono-Blue Djinn a realistic choice in this meta? Like, is there anything that can... How do you beat aggro? See, I actually eschewed the slips because March of the Swirling Mist does basically the same thing, but allows you to hit the whole board. Not a game I want to play. Yeah, see, that's my problem. It's not a game I want to play. Like, this deck does such a good job of punishing mid-range. It's kind of wild, actually. Mid-range on up, this deck basically XO with it. But the moment you play against aggro, what a nightmare. Like, if it's green aggro, I don't feel terrible because we have out of the ways into Invoke the Winds, and that's fine. But, like, if you play against red aggro with this deck, I feel like that's the hard counter for blue Djinn decks, is just red aggro. But I could be wrong, you know what I mean? I could be wrong. What do you think, Frodovest? You want to run something else up against the blue Djinn deck, and let's just see if it can beat an aggro deck of some kind? Whether it's mono red or, you know, mono white, something like that. I'm curious if there's even a path for this deck, or if I am just wanting something that can't be, you know? Got one? Perfect. Let's do it. Like, I would love for this Mono-Blue Djinn deck to work. One, because it's like, it's old school Magic. There's no fancy walkers. There's no, you know, there's none of that shit. It's hard counters and good fucking creatures. And I like that that can exist potentially, because I haven't gotten to play that brand of Magic in a very long time. Okay, this is a really slow start for red. To which I only have one thing to say, thank God. The slower their start, the better it is for me. Because the moment they get under you, oof. Oh God, no. No Disquee forever, if we can. The problem is that comes back out of the grave in a little bit. So that, in a weird way, that also gives us a clock we have to deal with. We're trying to stick a Tolarian Terror as fast as we can, probably. That we have to let go. That we can't. God damn it. Yep. Okay. Main phase, don't love this. We are not discarding that. We are blowing out Impulse and a Negate here. Playing that, passing it on over. We'll get a 1-mana Tolarian Terror down next turn, which helps stem the tide. Look at the fucking level of aggression here, though. Wow, does this feel rough. That's not what we need. Well, we're gonna get one anyway. It's not what we need, but we're doing it. Okay, so the good news here is we get to do all the things. The bad news here is it's still not a great set of options. But it does mean Thundering Raiju just can't just swing through with impunity. Having this negate back feels good. I don't know. Can we win this matchup? Is it a realistic option? I will snap trade a Thundering Raiju and a Tolarian Terror. I hate to do it, but I feel like we have to, right? Raiju rides alone. Okay, so we need to pump the Djinn a little bit. Pump the Djinn, pump it up. Alright, bear with me here, chat. We have a shot at this one. It's not a bad shot, actually. Yeah, the slow start they had, not having a 1-drop or a 2-drop, really fundamentally changed the course of this game. I only need one Djinn to live here. And we got game one on the draw against Mono Red. I didn't think that was going to happen. Invokes come in. Negates can probably go out. They're pretty meh here. I don't mind keeping one. These Delvers, I wish they could just be something of relevance. You know what I mean? I really... Damn, I wish Cut Down was blue. You know what I mean? And I wish they'd printed Underground River so I'd have an excuse to make this blue-black. Little rougher. Well, that's no land, so... Okay. What's the path here? I think we gotta lose land. No, we can just lose the Consider. Yeah, we can lose the Consider and just keep going. Yeah, this feels like the game we're gonna get curved. We're gonna get curved fucking hard. Don't have a 2-drop, don't have a 2-drop, don't have a 2-drop. God damn it. See, this is the problem with being on the draw against Mono Red. They just do this. You're sitting there going, fuck, the whole time. Because they just get to ping you for 4 every turn while you sit there and think about your life and contemplate the misery of it. Ugh. And they even have play with fires. Man, I want some play with fires. We're like one turn too slow, I think. I wish Out of the Way bounced red creatures too. You know what I mean? Oh, there's a Chandra? Fuck off. Yeah, that's pretty good. How do we not lose here, chat? That's 4 or 5 points right there. Yeah, we can counter stuff, but they got under all our counters. Turns out those negates, a little bit worthwhile, right? And out comes the Chandra, ready to run. Come on. Yep. All right. I don't know that there's a solution to this board state. They just swing, yeah. They just got under us. Being on the play was literally the difference. Sometimes when we're on the draw, aggro gets us right in the fucking teeth. And oof. See, I want to like this hand, I really do, but again, there's no way to turn these things on, so we're gonna go this way. Okay. Gotta get the next land. It's gonna be an unprotected Djinn, which I don't love either. But I'm pretty sure we have to go that route. We'll see what we draw. Yeah, unprotected Djinn it is. What I'm hoping for is they play any creature here that we can just pop and invoke off, steal it, and get the tempo back. Because I think that's how we win here, is they go like Reckless Stormseeker, or as long as like Djinn doesn't die here, and they play something of relevance that... Okay. Fuck no, I'm not blocking that. I know it's coming. No, no bueno, no mas. I'm also doing nicely on tempo here. Yep, figured that was coming. Let's just say no to squee. Okay, so we can put him to 12. Should we be greedy? I kind of feel like being greedy. Put him on that clock. I'm not 100% on that move, chat. I just... the greed was running strong for me in that moment. The greed might pay off. Squee, alright. One, two, three, four, three. Yep, I think we're just saying you have to have a solution to this right now and leave it at that. They don't know we're just sitting here with 2 islands in hand. So let's see what they do here. That won't do it. If they don't have the answer to Djinn right now, that's the game. Interesting. Okay. Got it 2-1, but to be fair, they stumbled a game that was pretty critical for them to not stumble. I think the Delvers are cute rather than good in the sideboard. I like the Disdainful Strokes. I like pretty much everything else. The out of the ways are fantastic in the matchups where you need them, and you've got a lot of room. It's mono blue, you know what I mean? Is there anything for red? Anything that says pro red? God, there had a full house squeeze full of Chandras. Yeah, I saw. I feel for you, Protobus. That was rough to see from the other end. I'm just saying if there's anything I can do to improve this matchup. I've got 4 slots I can dedicate in the board. Is there any card in blue that is just gonna be helpful? Djinn is the house. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I actually would love to see the stats on that Protobus. Like, what are the stats if you untap with Djinn? Because it feels absurd when you untap with it. What? Okay, so we don't really need the Delvers here. These were just kind of a cute, like, fuck it to control, but, like, is control really going to get through all this? I doubt it. I doubt it. Yeah, okay, so here's my back and forth on that Protobus. I actually like March of the Swirling Mist more than Slip, because March does the exact same thing minus the 1/1 counter for 1 mana with Djinn, because Djinn reduces the cost. No, because Djinn reduces the cost, so you can march for 1 for a single blue, right? But the beauty of March is it can march the whole fucking board, which I really like. So I'm in for marches typically over the rest. Oh, we stopped reading the card. Right, it happened to me, that's why I know, because I played against Mono Blue and lost with Esper, and they marched. They marched the whole board on game 3, but on game 2 they saved the Djinn with a march, and I'm like, you can't do that. I felt like the dude in fucking Star Wars is like, she can't do that, shoot her or something. It was like that, but for fucking Djinn. God, there's gotta be something for this red matchup that isn't utter trash. Why are there no pro red cards in blue right now? It's bullshit. Random walls like Colony Block? You know, maybe it's something like Guardian of Ouroboros. What do we think about something like this? There's just a fucking 3/4 that sits there. Poppet Stitcher is an interesting thing, but that's cute rather than good in all likelihood. I don't know, this is kind of intriguing with the deck that is all instants and sorceries. I've never really messed with it, but as a one-of in particular, that could be spice. Is there nothing else for this mono red matchup though? I feel like I'm missing something, right? I feel like I'm missing something and I don't know what. And it drives me nuts when I don't know what. Fading Hope. Card disadvantage feels rough in this matchup too though. I just want stuff that doesn't exist in mono blue probably. Dante's Raju and Squee. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, let's go back to the beginning here and consider. Options. Artifact. Silex? That's so slow. I don't think we can wait on Silex. That's just a very slow scenario. I don't like the Coral Colony. Yeah, except they play the 3-1 that makes it so that can't block. So the walls don't really work in that scenario, right? Circuit Mender? Fuck, maybe. I don't know. I'm willing to give it a try. Is there anything else in here? Like, that's... God, that's a little slow. I mean, if we get... Okay, we should be able to get to turn 4, though, right? If it didn't come into play tapped, I'd be much more intrigued. I don't know, I hate getting away from instants and sorceries in a deck that craves instants and sorceries. It feels like we're... I guess Surge Hacker Mech is a thing. I don't fucking know. Am I missing anything here, chat? Stuffed bear can block. It's a thing. It's an expensive thing they have to keep paying for, which is kind of rough. I love this in the deck with Tezzeret when it's free. I mean, is it witness protection? Is it just turning all their shit into 1/1s? The problem is by the time you play this, they've swung with Squeed, they've swung with Raiju, shore up to enable blocks. That's true. Let it play offense and defense. I kind of like that. I think we're going to try at least 2 shore up. And, I mean, we can't fix past a certain point, so I like the idea of shore up in these matchups. And probably only a couple of them, though. Is Ledger Shredder good enough? Like, maybe Ledger Shredder is where we want to be. I mean, I expect these aggro decks to potentially do a lot of 2-spell turns, and this pushes that a bit. I don't know. Playing more creatures also feels wrong. Like, we've got the right creatures. It's these 8. Right. Okay, I'll tell you what, let's do 2 Shredders, 2 Shore-Ups, and 1 Fading Hope. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it this way. You want to run it back with a mono-red deck? Because if I can exo mono-red, then Djinn feels pretty damn powerful, honestly. Alright. I don't know, maybe the solution in a Meathookless world is simpler than we thought it would be. Maybe it's just play the mono-blue deck that everybody hates to play against. Be that dude that plays all the counterspells. Alright. That hand feels bleh. That hand feels a little better. Yeah. Okay. The fact that they're going into turn 2 with a Kumano, it's a little concerning. Is it like land Phoenix Chick here and I just cry? Yes, it is. And yes, I will. Okay. Well, let's hope they play spells, or else this Djinn's gonna look real stupid. Oh, Christ. No. Alright. It's a 0-4, but it's coming down. It turns out we do play walls, just not good ones. So it's a lightning strike into smacking my teeth in. Oh boy. Yep. 0/4 Djinn dies. And it's just that simple. With red, they can just curve you like that. Okay. Negates, impulses. We don't have time for either of you. And I think that's that. We keep the Thirst for Discovery still. Still a pretty strong card in this matchup. And we need the ability to, if we're going to take the turn off to do something, try to get a little bit more card advantage in. Oh, we can keep this. Feels good to be on the play here. Let's find out if that initial 2-1 victory against Mono Red was just a fluke, because it's kind of feeling that way here. Yeah. Man. Why does it take so long for this deck to get online sometimes? Yup. This is kind of an insane amount of pressure. Like, we're on the draw, and this is still just nuts in terms of how much pressure it's putting on against us. It's gonna be 7 points, with 9 coming the following turn. We just have to raw dog the fucking land, I think. Oh, we did. That helps. Man, I wish you were shore up right now. Okay. Got the Djinn. We stick the Terror. Do a little abyssing here. Keeping the Kamano back as a blocker, force them to push in. Okay. Man, we're on the play and this still just feels ugh. Yeah, Reckless Stormseeker, that's a pretty good card off the top. Okay. Can we afford to not care about that? I think we have to go this route. Another Chandra hits down. Yep. Yep. Well, let's bounce that on back. Alright, we will get game 2. Because I have Ertai, Scorn, and Shore up. No matter what they draw here, we can push through. We're going to get game 2 at exactly 1 life. Yeah, let's not fall for that. Rawr. Keep the Ertais back just in case. Okay, maybe we do need the impulses. That was a little much. Gotta be leaner, gotta be faster, gotta be stronger. I really don't love this, but at the same time, we're on the draw and we've got the invokes if we can get to the later game to start taking over in the 2-for-1 category. Depends on how fast they come out of the gates, right? And we're gonna need to hit land drops and get a little lucky, probably. So the problem is we're still, so far, if they go Chandra here, thank God it's not Chandra. We still take 4. We need to hit 2 more land drops, and even at that point, God, it's still 8 points of damage we have to take here. It's so much damage. Gots to do it. Okay. Not quite time yet for this. Definitely not letting that happen. Nope, need land. Don't need the third one of those. Sitting with the awkward hand. Well, Shorp is definitely proving its worth here. Seems a little greedy, but we'll go for it. Okay, we got greedy. We actually had that game. We got so fucking greedy, and we didn't need to be. We just leave back the Tolarian Terror. Oh, God. Don't you hate it when you do stupid shit? Leave the Tolarian Terror. I was like, Thundering Raiju doesn't kill us. Reckless Storm Secret doesn't kill us. It's fine. We'll be there. We'll be there. We'll be fine. And then we did that. Because if they had done that, then Invoke gets him on the crackback. And the one out was Bloodthirsty Adversary, and we did not play that correctly. Ugh. Okay, so we could have had it in 3. We played that so stupidly. I mean, the shorps helped a shitload. A shitload. And Invokes did a lot of work, but dying with an Invoke and a Shorp in hand while a Bloodthirsty comes down, oof. Definitely wanted to... I mean, it was greedy, but at the same time, any other top deck, I think we win. Yeah, because Reckless doesn't kill us, Raiju doesn't kill us, and if they play either, we get them on Invoke on the crackback, so... It's hard to say no to that, knowing that there's exactly one out, and we... Ugh. Yeah, let's run it up. Nope, it's doing that thing. No. See, this is the friend glitch I was talking about. It gets weird. All right, I gotta exit and roll right back into it because it gets weird about this. Alright, let's see if it works now. Yeah, there we go. Alright, Frodovis. Yeah, I know, right? Test this. Here, I'll cancel the challenge and we can do this. This is why I tend to do the direct challenge if I can, because it never has this glitch. But I don't know why Wizards has this glitch. It's just one of like 1,000 bugs they don't fix because it's Wizards, which is fine. That's... VML, a league for people of marginalized genders. Interesting. Alright. Kind of wish they brought JSS back first, but, you know, teach their own. Alright, Frodovis. Let's see if it works. I'm also curious against the green-red deck because we have access to the out of the ways, if that provides enough of a tempo boost that we're okay. Yep, we keep hands like this all day long. You may be asking why the Negate in the grave. Well, for one, because I don't think Negate does a lot in this matchup, and two, because I want to get this Tolarian Terror into play as fast as possible. Yep, there's a Beast Collar. Alright. Whenever you cast a creature spell, fuck off. That's so good. Oh man, that's gonna scale so well. Alright. Dump out Tolarian Terror. Cry a little inside. That's a lot to deal with. That is a fucking lot to deal. Oh my god, that's a lot to deal with. Yeah. We can't not block that. I know all the counters are going to go somewhere, and we don't really have bounce, but maybe we get lucky. Oh, you can distribute however you like. Wow. Powerful. Powerful stuff. Okay. What a blowout. That's not gonna work. Okay. Out of the ways are coming in. Invokes are coming in. Negates are going out. I think there's for discoveries come out. We want the shore ups. I don't like Ledger Shredder here. It kind of gets outclassed quickly. I think think we can go down to 1 March of the Swirling Mist since we're going into Shore Up Life. Impulses can probably go down for a couple Ledger Shredders. Gotta try it out, right? Honestly, I think I want the Fading Hope over that March. Given the Query and Beast Collar thing, I want to be able to reset those. Okay, I feel much more prepared for this particular battle now. Man, Meathook getting banned. What a change right before a major tournament, Wizards. Do we like this? This hand feels bleh. That feels way worse, though. Let's go to 5. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, gonna have to go this way. Please play Forest, Query, and Beast Collar. Please, please, please. God damn it. Well, that's getting fucking bounced. More food for my Djinn. More food for my Tolarian Terror. See, this is the problem with running even Ledger Shredders, though. They're not helping me get the other pieces stronger, and that concerns me greatly. I think Ledger Shredder's a trap, and I'm glad to learn that in testing. Okay. Ledger Shredder would have been kind of nice there, I guess. Who knows? The gates are down, they just don't necessarily know it yet. Let's get another Tolarian Terror down before we start swinging, right? Wow, is this deck fast, though. Just 1 and 2 drops up and down. It's quite something to watch. Okay. Luckily, they have nothing to put this over the top yet, so... what you gonna do? I don't think we can swing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we still can't swing. Here we are just staring at each other. I mean, we can crack for 15 and lose. Why did we block that Phoenix? We needed to block not that Phoenix. Okay, so let's do the math here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're gonna think they have the game. This is the deck that absolutely loses to Meathook Massacre. Okay. We blocked poorly last time. Can't be doing that. So fucking close. We drew way too many islands. Too many islands. That is the difference here. Just 7 of them. Yeah. Well. We're at 1 life. Can we even afford the swing? It's a very risky swing. Okay. Okay. Better. Narrow as fuck win there. I don't know, Shredder did do some work there for us. It's hard to say. I feel like this is another matchup, though, that is just brutal. This Gruul aggro deck, with Meathook not being around, it's quite something. I don't love this, but I think we're kind of honor bound to keep this one. Let's get that Shredder in there. Force the issue and force it quickly. Alright, we got a shot at this one too, I think. Unsure why they didn't swing with the 3-2 into that. Oh, I guess the shore up. Raiju rides alone. Here we go. Okay, maybe the 2 Ledger Shredders is worth it. It does put a nice blockade there, and if they... It's interesting. I don't know if we want more than 2, though. You get into these too many awkward situations, potentially. GG's Frodoverse. So we went, what, 1-1 with the, I don't know why this is not this picture. We went 1-1 with Mono Red. Oh, that's what you were worried about. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yep. Okay, I'm pretty sure I like most of where this list is at this point. I don't know about the Fading Hope. The triple Disdainful Stroke's probably necessary. I like the 4 out of the ways. These are just MVPs the moment you play against green-based aggro. Invoke the Winds, you gotta have 4. It's just how this deck works. I don't love Essence Captures, but I think you need the 2 because you need 6 of these effects. Yeah, not really a way to play around it, absolutely. I don't think it would have made the difference in that matchup anyway in the end. That makes sense. The question is on, like, Fading Hope. Is Fading Hope the right call for the 15th slot in the sideboard? Is it the 3rd Ledger Shredder? Is that too many Ledger Shredders? Is it something innocuous, like playing fucking Fairy Vandals? I mean, those can grow. I don't know that I like it, though. No, not really, because Impulse doesn't actually draw you cards, right? I mean, I don't know. Is one Fading... Maybe one Fading Hope's just correct. We want 1 of on that bounce effect because we have 4 out of the ways for non-red-based aggro. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 go in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 would go out against mono-red. And we can add in the 4 out of the ways against red-green or... Yeah, okay. I like this plan overall. And then against the... like more control decks, we have the Shorts and the Disdainful Strokes, and frankly a Fading Hope if we need it. They can come in and take out this Invoke the Wind, a couple of the Essence Captures. Might just be a 3 for 3 there, and then shift like 2 Scatters over to 2 Shore Ups and leave the rest alone. Okay, so one Fading Hope's probably... I think we're almost at the perfect 75 for where we're at in this meta right now. This feels really close to where it should be. Yeah, I mean, this gives me the best possible sideboard plans. If I'm pushing up in here, I'll shift the view so it's easier to see, guys. There we are. So this is the 75 I'm looking at for the MIQ right now. Yeah, no, Shieldred beats this deck by itself if it sticks. That's why there's 4 Invoke Winds and all these Essence Scatters and Essence Captures. I had the displeasure of playing Shieldred against this deck, this version, closer to it at least. Somebody else was running it up the ladder and they were just crushing everybody probably. Because they got the memo. You don't need Shredders or Delvers in the main, and you play Invoke the Winds as a 4 of. And I found that out the hard way when I played Shieldred, and then they untapped and played Invoke, and then I played AO, and then they untapped and played Invoke again. And I fucking lost really, really hard. It was not pretty. I mean, they absolutely wrecked me with it. So... yeah, I'm going to consider this list pretty well tuned up at this point. Any comments on this one, Frodoves? Any shifts you would make? I think this is pretty close to where it needs to be. Loving these pretty islands, by the way. These are just gorgeous. Do we have the other Space Island? Do we want the other Space? Do we want Space Island or do we want Pretty Island? There's so many islands to go with, right? No. Honestly, I'm barely hanging onto this over a basic just to ensure the thirst for discovery. I think it's worth it to have the 1 of. Hey, what's up, Sharpie Marker? I think it's worth it to have the 1 of Otawara in this build because it's it occasionally is amazing, but that's 1% of the time. Definitely not worth the risk of having like 2 Otawaras and not being able to play the second one and missing your curve. Also, that's why I also don't play any Crystal Grottos or any of the, like you have to play basics if you're playing Thirst for Discovery, and I need this to hit pretty much every fucking time. So, I don't know, how much of this do I not have? Oh wow, there's a lot of this that I don't have prepped. Well, at least most of it's pretty easy to get. Oh, it's a season reward? Aww. Ooh, well we're upgrading those immediately. That's too spicy not to have. We're gonna make this deck pretty. Lore Master. Let's take a look. Is that the Howling Mine? That's interesting. That's very interesting, because we're not going to cast shit on our turn typically, so it's just a free draw for us and it's restrictive for them. I think that's better than Ledger Shredder. I didn't know this existed. I think it's just a better than Ledger Shredder scenario. Sorry, we accidentally got rid of that. Dupe. Yeah, I like Ledger Shredder, but I love this idea of having a 2/3 that will draw us additional advantage and just be attacks on them. I mean, if it's going to be good anywhere, it's right here. Because I feel like this is the kind of deck it would thrive in, right? Where you can play it and then draw extra cards, and there's no drawback for you because you're playing it on their turn. And there's an immense drawback to them. It definitely messes with their rhythm. Like, imagine you're on mono red or red green. The fucking Sophie's Choice of this is fascinating to me. I'm not 100% that this is better than Ledger Shredder, but I'm intrigued. If ever there were a deck for it, it's right here. I don't think it's more than a 2 of, but I can see it as a 2 of. Now excuse me while I waste gems making things prettier, because that's gonna happen. I want the deck to be pretty. It's just who I am. Now it's all pretty. Yeah, Shredder did. That's a good point. Like, having more flyers is often the better thing. I don't know. Do we just do a 1-1 split? Is that asking for trouble? It's probably a little late in the game to be saying I don't know which of these is better. Is there any pretty out of the ways? What about Shore Up? Alright, we're just gonna do this. I like pretty stuff. And I can, so I will. Yeah. Yeah, I think the 2 Shredders are probably better. Academy is probably cuter rather than good, which... yeah. True. True. Definitely mitigated that. Alright. We've made the deck pretty, except for Haughty Djinn. Where is Haughty Djinn? Is that sitting in, like, Mastery or some shit? Is that what this is? Is this a Mastery thing? Where are you? It's not in that. So where is it? You're saying it's like an end of season reward. Is it one of these things? Is that what this is? Usually I don't do it like that, but maybe I'm wrong. Trying to find this Djinn. Anybody know what the deal is? I don't see it. I don't know where the Djinn is. It's a little irritating. I kind of like the Djinn to be pretty, and they've just not allowed it. I don't know. As far as decks go for the MIQ, this feels like it's the tightest list. I really thought that the Esper deck was well tuned for the Meathook meta. Like, this was ready for Meathook meta, because Meathook kept all this other shit out, and so it was just going to be like mid-range v mid-range, right? And this is ready for that. Like, this is a deck that was prepped to say fuck you to mono black, among other things. And Blue Djinn, I think, has some bad matchups. One of them is mono black. I don't think mono red's great either. Red green felt real tight, but again, it feels like all these matchups are winnable. You just can't make critical errors. My guess is I'll run something like this for the MIQ because it rewards tight play. It's old school Magic that I love. And I mean, I did just spend all this money to make it pretty, right? And look how pretty. It's so pretty. I'm very happy about that. Yeah, that art's too sick to ever go against. I don't, like, that's cool, but that's way cooler. It's like mech robots having fun. Hell yeah. That's such a sweet piece of art. Alright. Let's see. Frodo, are you wanting to throw one more here, or are you done for the evening, my friend? One more? Absolutely. Why don't we run the Blue Djinn deck up against... I don't know. Pick something. It doesn't matter what. Whatever you're feeling, whatever you want to test out against Djinn, let's do it. One time dealer. Let's see where we're at with it. Gonna do the last MIQ test matchup. Nice. All right, chat. Let's get after it. Game face time. Game face. This seems risky, but doable. Fuck it. I gotta see if these hands are actually viable. This might have been a horrible mistake, or dude, never punish. Never punished. Love it. Walls up, shields up, here we go. Just gonna sit here with my counters. This goddamn giant wall of counters. Nothing hits play. Fuck nothing. Nothing gets there. Eventually the Tolarian Terror will cost 1 mana, and it'll come down with shields up. This is Wandering Emperor that's getting held up here. Alright, Wandering Emperor goes. Boom. As expected. Yep. Didn't need too much of the Swirling Mist, but we'll take it. Alright. Yep. Samurai. Making me wonder if I should have kept another hard counter, but that's how it goes sometimes. And that's where the difference is. Not having that Essence Scatter. Would have been backbreaking to have it there. Didn't have it. Huge fucking problem. Ugh. And now we have lose 6. Jesus. Alright. Well, that's a bummer. That is a huge bummer. Oh shit, there's a plaza. Shieldred stands alone. Okay. It's an awful lot of 4-drops. Awful lot of invokes that need to happen there too. Okay. Don't love the negates there. They're kind of eh. We need one other card to cut. It's probably Negate. Negate's just kind of meh. You know? And actually, I'm going to cut the last one, put a Disdainful Stroke. Alright, let's try this. Yeah, we can keep this. It's hands like this that make me happy to run a deck such as this. Really, 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 really not good when that's the thing. Well, if we're gonna do this and we're gonna balance it out, we need Haughty Djinn to stick right here unprotected, which is a tall order, to say the least. Thalia. So motherfucking effective. Alright, Addie's on the board. Yeah. Oh god, we didn't hit the land. Fuck. Okay. Really needed to hit the land on that one and did not do so, and that is brutal here. You gonna swing out? Interesting. Very interesting. So this is just Esper Legends, huh? I like it. It's spicy. A lot of strong choices to be made. Back to 20 we go. What do you have at 1 mana? Oh my god. Foiled again. This is everybody's? Okay. One, two, three, four. Five, six, seven. I don't know if I'm making a mistake with that swing. It's really hard to tell on some of these. Like, they're off Wandering Emperor unless they go land into it, because Dahlia's keeping it at bay. Hey, what up, Shadow? It's a tight game, too. That's for fucking sure. Interesting. Okay. Yep. It does a lot of work right there. That Dahlia is just a beast mode against this deck. Yeah, let's keep the Ertai Scorn up and see what happens. I actually think we have to counter that. Weird as that is. That last card has to be relevant or we're taking this game. So, Plaza of Heroes. So if we go swing, swing, let's see, the indestructible thing blocks the Djinn, Adeline comes through. Yeah, I mean, they'll have Wandering Emperor regardless, so we might as well go this route. This at least forces chumps, powering down the Rafine. It's definitely a balls out for Harambe kind of moment. It's a spicy list. I never thought to go the full Legends of the Fall, you know what I mean? I think the correct play was probably just swing the Djinn and force the Plaza onto the Rafine, and then I could invoke doesn't matter anything, or just hold it up for one more turn. Hard to say. This game is hella close. Again, I feel like I'm making some minor errors here and there, and you can't really do that with this deck, or you get punished pretty hard. You pushing it into Rafine? Okay. What is the idea here? Just need some more cards to figure out if anything can deal with what's coming. Okay, discarding an Ertai is kind of a tell. I think we misplayed those a little bit. Those Aganjos. Wow. Wow. Some spice on that list. I really, really like that one. That is an interesting list, Protoverse. Please do. I'm very curious. That deck had a lot more play to it than I expected. I know there were at least 2 mistakes I made in game 2, which, ouch, always painful when that happens, but by the same token, still, strong list. Why is this so... What did they do to my boy here? This Djinn does not look right. There, we'll do it this way. That looks cooler, right? See, that looks better. Okay. Bant tokens, you were cute. 2 linear. Can absolutely be wrecked by people going over the top. Blue Djinn. There's a lot of play to it. That is a list that I think a pro would do very well with, and me as a, I'd put it semi-pro would be probably where I most aptly can describe myself. It's a little rough. It's a little rough. But the Djinn list looks good. We'll have to mess with a few other things. I'm honestly curious. So, I'm done for the evening, but I'm going to send everybody over here to Hollywood Pizza. If you haven't checked out Hollywood Pizza, strong player, good person, part of the community. He's a pillar. Great guy. Take a little time, check his stream out. Say hi. You know what I mean? He puts a lot of time in, puts a lot of effort in. Usually has some fun ideas. Runs a tournament most Sundays. So let's see if we can get that done. And for whatever reason, this thing is yet again... Oh, list is jacked. All right. Well, let's talk. Let's clip this in, just so we have it on in. Nice. All right, I'm out, guys. We'll be back tomorrow with the Dark Council. Having a good time. I appreciate it. Frodo, thank you. Tyler Durden, thank you. It was a lovely night. A lot of fun testing. Hey, Lab IT guy, good to see you, man. Have a good night, brother. Seriously, take care, everybody.